Comparison is the fucking thief of joy. But for some reason, we just can't stop. We can't stop comparing ourselves to strangers who don't even know we exist. We just can't stop. We can't stop comparing ourselves to people we know and people we're close to who really we should be rooting for and not having some secret weird ass competition in our minds. But we just can't stop. You think you're just innocently scrolling down your timeline on your explore page, exploring new things. What your mind is really doing is constantly making comparisons. Humans have this weird desire to be superior over each other. And I think that stems from us as humans just having a long history of hierarchy and classism. But I think the minute you start comparing yourself to anything outside of yourself, that's when you lose sight of what this shit is all about. I think the bigger question should be, am I a better person than I was last year? Am I a better person than I was last month? It should never be, am I a better person than this random person on Instagram who's just one of 7 billion people? That's delusional. Because guess what? 7 billion people on this planet, there's always going to be somebody doing better than you. And I feel like even that's subjective because what's better to somebody else might not be better to you. I used to be 40 pounds heavier. I was really proud of the fact that I transformed my body. I changed my eating habits. I started working out and being active. I was very proud of myself until I went on Instagram and started looking at a bunch of strange women who I don't know and making these weird ass side by side comparisons. Oh, her stomach has a little more definition than mine, or oh, her butt's perfect. Look at how it sits, and it's like, bruh, you are delusional. Keeping up with the Joneses. That's another example of comparison is a thief of joy. Because guess what? You might be content with what you have until you see somebody else has something you don't have, and then all of a sudden you want it too. But it's not truly because you want it, it's simply because somebody else has it. That kind of thinking constantly keeps you in a rat race. It constantly keeps you chasing cheese. And don't get me wrong, I like cheese. I just don't want to spend my life chasing it because I'm not a fucking mouse. It's a slippery slope. Because it's not wrong with wanting more out of life. It's nothing wrong with challenging yourself. You should never be complacent. But at the same time, you do have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I'm following my path or am I following somebody else? It's okay to be inspired by other people. That's perfectly fine. Just be careful not to feel like you're inferior to somebody just because you're inspired by them. Be careful not to be jealous or envious because what God has for you is for you. You can be inspired by somebody, but recognize, yo, we're two different people. I'm happy for them, but what God has for me is for me. And I don't want nobody else's blessings.